Back to the Preservation Board recommendation, number 8. I don't know if we want to vote right now to go with it, vote to table it, decide if we want to. You know, we have several things that were here on the desk. I don't know if you've had time to really read them and make those decisions, so I need a motion to do something.
Well, either with the motion, I guess with word the motion, we need to probably stop any continued new work. I think at Oakdale until we can get this exterior, until we can get.
Except for roofs.
Right, here.
I was just going to recommend when we put this on the agenda, what we were thinking is to refrain from future exterior work and to pursue the securing of an architect. Whether you want to put a request for proposal out or however y'all's procedure is for hiring professionals. That would be our recommendation for those 2 items.
And Karen, I will say except for roof. If something needs to be repaired on the roof or something, if we're having leaks or we're having
different
something.
materials, because our ordinance does state, you know, if you change your materials and things like that, that's in those guidelines, that's what it says.
And I think they are staying with the type of materials that are on there currently. I mean,
The
I
roofs
think
have
they're
been leaking
fine.
for forever.
Yeah, I know, but we're really trying to.
Can't repair the inside of the roof.
Yeah.
I understand, but what's a little bit longer if it's
Yeah.
already been leaking for 2 years?
Can I make
Yes.
a recommendation? And I just would be careful on any interior work, not to remove any historic materials. And that's anything that's 50 years or older. So if they're going in there and working on the interiors, I'd be careful about removing any historic materials.
How are they gonna know what's historical and what's not?
But
Well, basically, the only,
Paneling historic?
Pardon?
Is paneling?
yeah, the only thing in most of those cabinets is old dark wood paneling from, you know, the 60s or 70s.
So that's fine.
Is there anything gonna be less than 50 years old out there? I mean, they
Yeah,
have
some
it for a
of
really long time.
Yeah, they came in the 60s.
They did.
So really, they, anything that they have done, and they have put up some paneling and thrown up some things, and so anything they have done is really not historical. You know, and they have made some improvements. At the time, there were improvements, so.
But isn't that why we need to hire an architect now to secure an architect or whatever you do? Or send a
That's-
proposal out or something?
Moose.
I'm not sure about back in the 60s and 70s, but most paneling have dates on it, so you check on the back and see. We have some sort of date on it.
Good, thanks. Okay, back to needing a motion for something.
We need a motion to acquire a historical architect, start the process. I've talked to this gentleman here. He was, I think, at the skating rink one time. And I know this group, I will say for it, they're real familiar with Glen Rose. They're familiar with what we're doing and trying to do. But I think it would be wise for us to get other input too. But I don't think we need to table this. I think we need to move forward.
So do we,
So let's make a recommendation to start.
do we want to hire this guy, or do we want, I mean, because if we're gonna,
Get Karen's or Mary Sotterelli's opinion on whom we should, or suggestions or recommendations on whom we should contact in order to do this work.
We could contact the historic commission for finding their others that they recommend.
I know an architect who did Heritage Park in Dallas. So I could give you that person's name, but I've also worked with Paul, who's already submitted a bit, and he would do a good job too.
Who will be doing the Who will be contacting?
I think you were going to contact someone?
We'll provide y'all names and y'all can contact. I'd rather it come from the city since the
Right,
city would be
right.
doing this. I could.
What is that, something we gotta advertise for?
No, it's professionals.
Professional
It's a
services.
professional
Yes,
service.
professional services.
We just request.
Usually you send out a request for proposal, or request for qualifications.
So if you can get us some names, and then we will send out some information, and if you'll get those to Peggy, if this is y'all's recommendation, and we'll go with the
Yeah.
motion in just a minute, and then get those names to Peggy, then she'll send out a letter, and then we can have this for the next meeting. So, Bob, go ahead and
Make
make
a
that motion.
motion that we pursue the process of selecting an architect to oversee the historical designations that we need to make on Oakdale Park, and get those recommendations in from different architects and make a decision next meeting.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye. All opposed, or in favor? Okay.